Hi everyone, my name's Kujalina and it's currently past midnight, so what better time for horror stories? Today you will be hearing a campfire staple of my family known as It's Coming. Long time ago, in Southern California, there was a small town located near the beach. However, its tourist attractions ended soonly with the sudden death in a hotel known as the Rocky. Now for many years the town lay nearly a ghost town. So few were its inhabitants, but everyone stayed far, far away from the Rocky. Now no one really knew whether it was haunted or not, but no one ever went near enough to figure out, so great was their terror of the hotel down the street. Until one stormy night, Dylan and Susan were dared to go inside. Now the two had been dating for several years at this point, and their friends decided it would be hilarious to test their relationship and how much they trusted each other by daring them to step inside the haunted hotel. Now as the thunder cracked overhead, the two cautiously approached the front door. Terrified, out of their wits, Susan was literally shaking in her boots as she walked, but Dylan, trying to stay strong, held onto her arm to make sure she stayed safe. As they opened the door, they heard a creak, and their footsteps echoed down the halls as they walked through the lobby when suddenly they realized they weren't alone. From in the distance, they could hear a quiet voice whispering, and a crotchety, almost moaning voice going, "It's a-comin', it's a-comin', it's a-comin'." The two were terrified. Susan let out a small shriek as she heard the voice crawling from the distance, but Dylan held onto her arm, telling her they had to be brave. They must continue on. They must go in and see what haunted this hotel. Their footsteps echoed around them as they went further into the lobby. Susan looked around, found herself shaking further as they neared the bottom of the staircase, and the voice became louder. "It's a-comin', it's a-comin', it's a-comin'." The two were terrified. Dylan tried to stay strong, but even he didn't know what it was. They didn't even know if it was human. What on earth could be haunting this hotel? But bravely he led Susan up the stairs, determined not to show her fear, determined to show that he would be brave for her. Holding her arm tightly, they descended up the stairs into a hallway. And they heard it again, a little bit louder this time. "It's a-comin', it's a-comin', it's a-comin'," and the two were shaking with fear. What was this thing? What was coming? What was going to get them? What was going to kill them? What would it do? At the end of the hallway, they saw a door open, just a crack, just enough to let out a small sliver of light for them to see what was coming. They went down the hallway slowly, setting their footsteps down as quietly as possible in an effort to not awaken the beast that was waiting for them. As they reached the end of the hallway, the two pressed their ears against the door, listening for that noise one more time. Loudly, the voice was chanting, "It's a-comin', it's a-comin', it's a-comin'." Terrified out of her wits, Susan tried to run, but Dylan held onto her arm, and he put his hand on the knob. He opened the door, just a crack, and peeked inside. And inside the door was a man sitting on the toilet, horribly constipated and trying to go to the bathroom. That story still gets me every time. If you couldn't get a bit of a glimpse into my family's sense of humor from that, then I can't help you, because that's basically what we do all the time. It's always really weird jokes about pooping. So anyway, I figured as long as we were talking about weird surprise endings, I got a Laffy Taffy at work yesterday from one of my bosses, and you know how the Laffy Taffies have some weird jokes on them? I thought I'd tell you them to add a little more humor to your life other than the ending to that story. So first we have, why did the ghost sing off key? He left his sheet music at home. What's the best way to brush your hair? Spelled H-A-R-E. Hold him firmly by his long ears and brush gently. I think they've gotten worse over the years. It's kind of disappointing, but anyway, I hope you all enjoyed horror stories with me, Kujalina. I've been planning this for a while, and since, as I said before, I'm home alone this weekend, that means I can make a video late at night when it's dark, and I'm not going to wake anybody up. So I hope you all loved the story of It's Coming. And hopefully you can tell the rest of your families and horrify them until they get to the end and literally bust a gut laughing. So if you're watching it at midnight when I upload this, even though I don't think anyone will because I have like one subscriber, but anyway, if you're watching it late at night, I think you should go to bed. Really, you need your sleep. And if you're watching it during the day, I hope the rest of your day goes wonderful. So I will see you all in my next video. Bye.